Hi
your
everyone,
blog,
this is
or a
Nikki
website.
Bob. Today I'm going to
Well, it's
do
time
a
for you to try
presentation.
Camtasia Studio
I'm
out
a
for yourself
student from
using the
Missouri
content on the
State
timeline.
University. And
The help
I
file
found
in
a really
Camtasia
interesting
Studio will help you
article
use
on
each
the
of the
Asha
Camtasia
Reader.
Studio features
It's
and
called
applications.
Fly-inspired
The
microphones
Learning Center on
for direction
TechSmith.com
hearing
has
aids
in-depth
in
video
user
tutorials
ears
and other
with
sample
smaller
projects to
microphone
download and
technology.
practice with. So we
This
hope you enjoy
article
Camtasia
is
Studio.
is
And
written
happy
by
screencasting!
Ronald Miles. So, what is directional microphone? Directional microphone is designed to help in increasing the signal-noise ratio when listening to speech, which eventually increase speech understanding when wearing with hearing aids. This technology has been widely used in a lot of the hearing aids models that's out in the market right now. So how does directional microphone works? Directional microphone hearing aids use a pair of non-directional independent microphones that process the signals to determine pressure differences and reduce the unwanted sound. So, what's the limitation of directional microphone? Since the microphones are placed close to each other due to the limited space on the hearing aid, it is extremely difficult to differentiate the extremely similar signals, especially with lower frequencies, which has a longer wavelength. So there is a limitation on how small directional microphone hearing aids could be practically, especially on the CICs, ITEs, and in the canals. So how to fix so how can this problem be resolved? This is a study that is based on originally based on a study on a fly called Omia, and this small insect has unusual tiny small ears that are only 0.2 millimeters from each other, and it has a remarkably capability of detecting sounds and localizing the sound sources. And Omia can detect changes of locations as little as 2 degrees in directions. So how does Omia do that? How does the localization of sound works? So generally, pressure differences must be detected in at least 2 different points to localize a sound. As animals are smaller, the sound pressure differences are also smaller and harder to be detected on smaller animals. But such small animal like Omia, who depends on this capability of detecting sound sources to find mates and food, it must have this capability to do it. So how do Omia's ear work? Well, we all know that we humans and other animals have 2 completely isolated ears to receive sounds, and we send the sounds to our neural system to process the signal and differentiate the sound sources and localize the sound. But Omia's ears are different. They are actually mechanically connected by a structure called intertympanal bridge. So this intertympanal bridge connects both of the eardrums and cause the 2 eardrums to rock about a central pivot when sound comes from the side of a fly. And this rocking motion is very sensitive to small, tiny differences in pressure of sounds on the two eardrums. And engineers were inspired by this finding on Omiya, and they were working on apply this mechanism on hearing a directional microphone technology. So how does it work on hearing aids? There was a tiny microphone diaphragm that is designed to respond to the pressure gradients by rotating about a central pivot. And when sound wave hits the diaphragm to rock about a central pivot, this motion converts to an electronic signal using an optical detection scheme. And this is a figure demonstrates how this diaphragm and how the detection scheme works together. So basically, there was a microphone laser underneath the pressure gradient diaphragm, and it shines light up to a diffraction grating on the diaphragm. And there was also a mirror above the grating that reflects the light from the grating, and the light refracting by the mirror and the grating interfere with each other, and this interference is picked up by a photodetectors underneath the diaphragm, which eventually process the sound and differentiate the signals. So we successfully applied this finding on the fly to our hearing a directional microphone technology, and the outcome is very successful. We successfully smaller the size of the microphones on directional hearing aids, and this microphone is also able to detect sound with less influence from internal microphone noise, and which is even more successful than the existing low noise microphone hearing aids. So I am very excited and looking forward to see more applications about this new technology on directional microphone, and which will contribute to our hearing aids more and more in the future. So this is my presentation today. Thanks for listening and your time. Have a nice day.